Okay, so now I'd like to talk about some essential oils that are good for anxiety. Okay, so first are lavender and chamomile. Lavender oil has been shown to make people feel calmer and less anxious. In Germany, there was a multi-center double-blind randomized study that found that an oral lavender oil tablet called Selexan worked just as well as benzodiazepine, an anti-anxiety drug that usually makes people sleepy and has a high risk of being abused. So lavender was safer and it worked just as well. And because it didn't come with all the side effects, I would say that it is better. It's superior to benzodiazepine because you don't get all those side effects. Researchers also found that putting lavender oil on your skin or breathing in lavender can help you feel calmer and relieve anxiety signs like headaches and muscle pains. You can put 3 drops of lavender oil in your hand and rub it on your neck, wrists, and temples. You can also diffuse lavender oil at home or at work, inhale it directly from the bottle for instant relief, or add 5 to 10 drops to warm bath water to naturally relieve anxiety. Now, both lavender and chamomile are completely safe for oral consumption. So, what I would probably do is I would put a few drops, 1 or 2 drops, in a cup of clean water, not tap water, but good water, and drink it down, or even mix it with some hot water for hot tea. There's also chamomile, Roman chamomile, because it's a mild sedative and helps people relax. Roman chamomile essential oil is used to calm nerves and decrease anxiety. It works as an emotional trigger because the smell goes straight to the brain and helps relieve nervousness. And when compared to a placebo, a study published in Alternative Therapies in Health and Medicine found that when chamomile oil is taken orally, depression and anxiety symptoms get much better. So there are many essential oils that have relaxing properties and are good for anxiety, not just lavender and chamomile, but also melissa, jasmine, ilang ilang or ylang ylang. These are among the best for anxiety. You can use them in a bath or massage or add some to a room diffuser. Also, during a panic attack, you can inhale frankincense, a biblical herb, to encourage deep breathing. And if you have diarrhea, you can use chamomile, peppermint, lavender, and melissa to soothe gastric cramps. And sometimes colon issues accompany anxiety. And you can also add a few drops to massage oil and have your loved one give you a quick massage or rub it gently on your abdomen. Also, bergamot will restore a lost appetite, which often happens with anxiety. Also, acupressure is good for quick relief of anxiety. You can work lung 1. Pericardium 6 is another good point for nervous tension because it's located on the wrist. You can easily work this point whenever you need quick relief at the office or in meetings or on a bus or in social situations. Also, for fear, you can work bladder 23, and for anxiety that leads to depression, you can work conception vessel 17. So if you don't know much about acupressure, you have to look at that. I can make a video about that some other time, a lesson about that. Also, a regular full body massage, as I was talking about earlier, is a great way to relieve the tension that collects in your muscles. And again, you doesn't have to be a professional massage. You can just get someone that loves you to do it, and even just a good friend. A neck, a shoulder, or a foot rub can really help you unwind and relieve from that anxiety. And of course, you can use any of the essential oils that were mentioned earlier. Reflexology is another method, and you can work areas corresponding to the diaphragm, all the glands, the heart, and the solar plexus for anxiety. Also, hydrotherapy. It's good so if you suffer from insomnia related to anxiety, it's good to draw the blood away from your head before bedtime. You can do that by taking a 10-minute hot foot bath to encourage the blood to move down and out toward your limbs. And you can also add the essential oils to that hot foot bath as well. Okay. Now, there's also homeopathic remedies. I'm not a homeopath, so I don't use it very often, but our family has used it successfully in the past for certain things. So homeopathy is very interesting. I only have a surface level understanding of it. But there's different types that you could use. So, and if you you know for homeopathy, you have to pick the remedy that matches your symptoms. You can take 2 pellets of 30C potency twice daily to prevent or reduce anxiety. And if you don't feel a difference the first 3 days, then you're probably taking the wrong remedy, and you can try a different one. Switch to a different homeopathic remedy. That's usually how homeopathy works. Now, if you after you first notice improvement with homeopathic remedies, then you can stop taking the remedy unless they begin to return. For acute anxiety or a panic attack, you can take a 30C potency every 15 minutes for up to 6 doses. And after improvement is noticed, then you can stop taking the remedy unless the symptoms return. Okay. It's a very typical way to use homeopathy. You can use aconitum napellus for acute panic attacks, especially for those that make you feel as if you might die. If you have shortness of breath, a sensation of impending doom, or heart palpitations. You can use arsenicum album for anxiety and insecurity that are accompanied by a fast heartbeat, chills, and a disturbed appetite. And people who benefit from this remedy are often obsessed with tidiness or organization. Okay. There's also calcarea carbonica for symptoms of anxiety and a feeling of being overwhelmed. You're generally chilly and tired easily with it if when this type of homeopathic remedy works on you. Then there's also gelsemium, which is effective for acute anxiety from stage fright or from being in crowds. And this is often accompanied with trembling and diarrhea, along with anxiety. So that's gelsemium for that type of anxiety. There's ignatia for when you feel moody, weepy, and brooding, and you may feel a lump in your throat. It's good for the anxiety that results from an emotional trauma. There's also Kali phosphoricum, and this is for generalized anxiety, poor memory, and fatigue. This one you can take a 6x potency 3 times a day. There's lycopodium for stage fright or social anxiety due to low confidence. And for this kind of anxiety, it usually accompanies a craving for sweets or a digestive upset, such as gas and bloating. There's also pulsatilla for anxiety related to being alone. So homeopathy is very interesting. And you can just experiment with that. I don't have too much experience with it, but those are some things that are commonly used for anxiety in the homeopathic realm. Well, I do have at least one more video planned for this series on stress reduction and how to manage your mind and how to use your mind to overcome anxiety in any situation. Okay. It's a self-coaching method. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and you can don't forget you can get access to the other videos as well as the notes, these these slides at aruka.com/anxiety. That's ARUKAH.com/ANXITY. Shalom.